Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Art Asylum Space Ghost Coast to Coast Space Ghost. Yeah, this was a figure that I wasn't aware of till long after it came out, and one I happened to find at PalmCon last month. So yeah, I'm happy to have it, happy to look at it. Unfortunately, the Jazzwares Space Ghost that I already have is in storage, so there's not going to be any comparisons, so I'm sorry. But just giving you a heads up now. Still, this is a really nice figure. It feels a lot more solid than that old Space Ghost did, or newer Space Ghost, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's a pretty good one, and I'm quite happy to have him. As you can see, very accurate to the character, both on the Coast to Coast show and the original. It looks just like him. You got the white spandex with the black hood, yellow cape, the Space Ghost logo on his chest. He's got his power bands, he's got his Inviso belt, and he's got everything Space Ghost needs, which is pretty cool. Now he's a fairly decent sized figure, about 6-7 inches, and if we compare him to like a He-Man, yeah, He-Man's a bit bigger, provided he can stand up. But say we get him with more of a superhero to pose him with, like Marvel Legends Spider-Man, you can tell he actually fits in that same size scale, although not quite as articulated, which is a shame. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, this figure came out when, 99. So, yeah. It's almost 20 years old at this point, so I can forgive it a little bit. But since we're talking articulation, why don't we get into what he has? So he does have a bit of a ball joint at the head, so he can look up, down, left, right. Be careful because the inside can scrape against the paint on his head, and I already had to correct it once. You may notice a little bit of paint marks there because I had to put some black paint on there. We should get into the paint. Yeah, done quite well, very clean. But he's got universal shoulders. This one's kind of loose, so that's a shame, but it still works. No bicep swivel, which is a shame. I'm really sad about that because I would have loved poses where he can put one hand on the other power band. No swivels at the power bands, unfortunately, but he does have swivels at the wrist and a 90-degree elbow bend, which is good. So he's got some articulation. He does have a waist joint. He has forward back at the hips. No in and out, unfortunately. It's just the standard T-joint, which is a shame, again. But he does have 90 at the knee, and he does have pivot, like forward backward at the ankle, which is important for his accessories. And the accessories go as follows. First, he actually has some alternate hands, which I'll get into now. So he has an alternate for each hand. So these are just pull out and pop in. They're just pegs with a little bit of a snap. Now this is why I wanted bicep swivels. I mean, this is a perfect push a button on his power band's hand, and that would have been great if he had the articulation to use it, which is a shame that he doesn't. But the other hand is just a more calm open hand, which that works. That works. But those are his alternate hands. And they have some uses, at least, which I'll get into in a sec. Because his other accessories include his coast-to-coast desk, his coast-to-coast chair, some index cards with a Space Ghost logo on them. I got 3. I think there might have been 4. I might have misplaced one. I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. I'm already misplaced a part, it seems. But, yeah, 3 is fine. You got his coffee mug. Because what's a talk show host without a coffee mug? And, yeah, Space Ghost can sit in his chair quite easy. So, yeah. You can put him behind his desk. And he actually looks pretty good like that. I mean, that actually works. I mean, you can use the hand to have him, well, if you do this right, which is kind of hard, you can actually make him hold one of the index cards, so he could look like he's actually reading a question off the card for his guests, which is pretty cool. And I do like that. I really do like that feature. But in any case, I do like Space Ghost. I think he's a great figure. And if you can get a hold of this one, he's probably the easiest to find out of the sets. They apparently make a Zorak, Moltar, and Brack, but they're all supposedly very expensive. I haven't really looked for them myself yet, although I'd like to. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye out there. Whatever you are. What's that? There's a villain present. I'll have to deal with him now before he ruins the show. Take this, evil villain!